We have the 71 back in the lethal garage. We have our quick jack, and now it's time to start working on the interior and get the Dynamat and prepping for the wiring layout. Let's get to it. What's going on, guys? Matt right here, Lethal Garage, and today we're finally, is it kicking off the build? I mean, we've been doing the build, the body work, but this is like post body work kicking the build off so we can drive the car and be done with it. As you can see, got the car sitting up on the quick jack. I have Dynamat, which is what we're working with today inside the vehicle. And yeah, there is a ton of work to do and we are kicking it off today. If you guys haven't seen any of the previous videos for the 71 Camaro, check it out. There's a playlist all about it, all the way down from the moment we got the car, ripping the roll cage out, stripping it down to bare metal, getting it painted, all the body work to now. So check it out. Hit that subscribe if you enjoy Camaro content, because there's gonna be a lot of it. But today we are focusing on the Dynamat for the interior. So there's a lot of stuff exterior and interior to be doing, but in this instance, we are gonna get the Dynamat in the vehicle so we can start laying out all the wiring front to back and get to the next parts of the build. So today we got the Dynamat kit. So this is the, do they even see it? Yeah, GM Camaro Firebird 70 to 81 floor kit. I have a couple different kits, but in this instance, we're gonna focus just on the interior, and we're gonna get the Dynamat from front to back, and then I have a rear kit that goes over the rear. Now, we mini tubbed the car. They did a really good job doing it, so it kind of looks factory back here, but we mini tubbed it, so that kit's gonna be a little wonky, and I have plenty of extra Dynamat to cover those areas that we'll custom cut and fit in there. But let's start getting to it. Being a kit, they have it all pre-cut out. Now, it does span from 70 or 71 to 80 or 70 to 81, whatever it is. Yeah, 70 to 81. But some of these kits could be a little wonky in a sense to where they're covering holes that maybe your car has that others don't. So in my instance, I just started laying the panels out. I actually laid these out a little while ago so they conform in the heat, but you can kind of see some of these holes already pre-marked. They cut these bins in here because it's going to go up and over the floorboard pieces. But these holes right here are actually for the front seats, or at least the front seat mount. So if you see how that lines up, it's going to line up right over there, go up and over towards the trans tunnel. Get this piece laid out here. It's a little tight, but you can see they pre-cut some of these fits so it can bend and conform and line up with the others. So like underneath here should be the holes. Yep, the holes for the rear seat mount brackets. And yeah, it's just pre-cut, and then this piece is gonna go here. So this is a pretty straightforward piece. What I'm gonna do is just put the camera on time lapse, kind of show you how I lay it out, and then I'll explain my methodical reasons. And actually before that, I'll show you the tools I'm using so I can get this to lay down proper. So let's do that. Tool-wise, I'm going very straightforward. I have an old school roller. This is actually a borrowed roller from my neighbor who did Dynamat in his 73. So I know it works really well because he literally just did his entire car with that roller. Now, after doing the doors and stuff, we found this finishing tool to be really nice. This back edge right here is really nice to push on the mat and get it to lay flat and hard to reach pieces. And having something that's a smooth round edge, so this trim tool as well works really well to get to force. So say I wanted to get the Dynamat into this crease, I can use this tool to force it in there. I highly suggest using a nice rounded tool like this, because if you use a sharp end like that, you're just gonna stab and poke the Dynamat, and that's not the end of the world if you do it, but you want to try to leave the upper coating as nice as possible, because you don't want that like that gooey material coming through on your carpet and stuff like that. So that's just my take on it, but these are the tools I'm going to be using to install this product. As you saw, that went on pretty straightforward. I'm not going to break in between every piece, but there's a couple things that you have to decide. Well, first and foremost, it's not perfect coverage. So if you want to get extra Dynamat like I did, you can buy the 36 by 36 squares, cut out the pieces you need and put them over the areas that the template doesn't cover. Is it required 100% coverage? No, it is not. Most people, some people will say it is, but it's not. So it's gonna create, or at least dampen the vibrations and help with the road noise. And again, we're just gonna go through slowly but surely. And I just realized I don't have my under seat hole covers yet. So I'm gonna have to wait to do that piece and those pieces in the back. But we're gonna do all the pieces we can today, minus those, because I wanna put those plates in first. So I had my first accident in working on it. I filleted my finger open. Luckily it was just a sideways cut, not a straight down cut. So what happened was I was using the roller and it spliced the metal coating that says Dynamat, and it just went whoosh across my finger. Yeah, be careful. Okay, so the install on this side went pretty smooth. I'd say we did a mediocre job. Probably could have lined up some of the parts a little bit better, but I think we can backfill with cutting down other pieces and making it work and fit. But I think overall, you know, this side definitely even just tones down something like that. So you can tell it's taking the vibration and the noise out. So it's definitely doing what they said it would do. We got these lined up on our hole mounts for the seat mounts, so we're good. And then unfortunately, I don't have that bottom pan plug, so we're gonna leave this piece and this piece loose for now. Same on that side, but we're gonna go ahead and do the rest over there and then come back and then start looking at the back seat pieces. And one thing I'll highlight during this project, make sure you wear soft clothing. Clothes that don't have buttons, zippers hanging out, all that kind of stuff. Just put your keys, put all that stuff away, because you're gonna be leaning on the car and surfaces and you don't want to scratch it up. So I have additional towels laid out to just help prevent any sort of scratching. Please don't mind my hat hair, but it is super hot out, but made some good progress on both the driver passenger side, and now I'm working on the trunk. So I made a template just out of regular paper, cut it all up, traced it out, made it good. And I took 3 sheets of Dynamat, and I haven't peeled it and placed it yet, but you can see I got the floorboard completely covered, and then also I did the sides as well. So it made it really easy. And then I could take 2 flat sheets and just trim it right in the trunk. And I'm thinking I can get 2 sheets and trim it right, 2 or 3 sheets and trim it right in the trunk as well. But feeling really good about how that's looking. Just gotta peel it and lay it down, and then we'll see what it looks like. Making some progress. Started getting this side up, got all this laid down flat. Started working my way up on the top side. You can see I went all the way up. As you can see, making some good progress, getting all the way side to side. Right now I'm working on this back corner up over here. And then I still have a lot to do over there, but just giving you a quick little update. Figured time lapse isn't the funnest on this point, but I'll just show you updates as they come along. The trunk is finished. I think it looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm still debating if I'm gonna put Dynamat across the back of the back seat. Might just put a strip in there to absorb some of the vibration, but that's to be determined. Now, like I did these, I was originally thinking I couldn't cut the ones out in the door because I just wouldn't do a good job, but I think I did a pretty good job back there. So I'm gonna install these plates and then cut out, see how it looks. Let's do it. Well, I feel we made a lot of good progress today. As I last let off, I was gonna do the back pieces. I got those in, trimmed out, good to go. I think the only thing I didn't get is the back seat. I'm just exhausted. It's 6 o'clock already. Been at it for a lot of the day. The trunk came out perfect. Look, I even put the seal. It's ready for the trunk lid. I wanna get the trunk lid on here ASAP. I need someone over here to help me to make sure I don't chip it up though. I don't trust myself by myself, and my wife's not feeling good right now, so she's laying down. So, but I think the Dynamat in the trunk looks really good. The Dynamat in the car looks really good for what we got done. There's still a lot of patching to do in the whole back seat and the mini tubs, and the parts of the roof. We'll get some Dynamat up there. But I'd say this stuff's pretty easy to install. Me being a novice, I cranked out quite a bit of the car in one day. So I think it's looking really good, and I'm really happy where it's at. So all said and done, there's the Dynamat. I don't think I'm gonna cover the back seat in its own unique video. I think that's just a waste of time, but it's very much the same process. I'll show you the full outcome in the next coming video, the wiring video. I'll just tie it in there. So we're gonna lay out the wiring harness next. That's gonna be the next thing. Get some of the lighting in, get the hash markers, get the tail lights. Won't be able to get any of the front end stuff yet, but we can get all the stuff in the back portion of the vehicle, start getting in position and done. So that'll be awesome. That's next, that's the next video. Thanks for checking this one out though. Again, I use Dynamat. I know there's a ton of options on the market. Dynamat is not the cheapest. I don't know. I read a ton of reviews, watched a ton of videos around all the different brands out there. They all have their ups and downs. I decided to go with the tried and true Dynamat because they've been on the market the longest. They're the original and it works. I've been in cars with the product, really like the way it sounded and how it dampened the noise. I was especially in Rich's car down the street. He didn't have anything in his car and then did Dynamat and all that stuff, and the difference was insane. So I think this will help a lot. I'm happy. It's little things on the checklist to get done, and I don't know what it means to you guys, but having this like weather seal against the final paint with a Dynamated trunk, that's a huge step and a big check mark on the list. So thanks for checking out the content. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. Have any comments or concerns, also post them down below. Hit that subscribe button, follow more content, and until next time, see you on the road.